they've had such a weird 2019. It started so well, the calendar year. 8 wins out of those 11 matches. However, their last 5 games, they've just won the 1 game, and they've been terrible as well at the same time, not even looking lively. And you look at it now regarding their top 4 chances. They're 2 adrift of Chelsea with 2 to play. United, meanwhile, are 3 adrift. Spurs, despite the fact they're trying to throw it away, look like they will be fine now. 4 clear of Arsenal. 1 win for them in their remaining 2 matches will guarantee Champions League football.
Do you know those 4 teams? Those 4 teams in the last 3 games have accumulated 6 points.
Wow.
With 12 games between them. Accumulated 6 points. I mean, they're all struggling, but, you know, the Arsenal thing for me, I know the fans will phone in, you know, radio shows and whatever, particularly back in England, and, you know, I think I've seen some saying, well, you know, this is no better than Wenger and blah, blah. That's not the picture here. The picture here is that, in my opinion, Arsene Wenger stayed too long. It got so stale that the restructuring is way bigger than, you know, a lot of people imagined. On top of that, the signings last summer were hardly inspiring. Right. With a new manager. And so, whilst Emery isn't perfection, I don't see the fact that, Emery needs to be... I don't buy that Emery should go if we don't get in the top 4, we don't get in this, The guy needs, in my opinion, an opportunity to try and rebuild that team. And that ain't happening over 1 season of transfer windows. It's just not.
However, this is a team who made it look so easy against Napoli. And Napoli are no fools. They're a good side, taking the Europa League
Well, they're
serious.
they're not the side they were.
You know,
Napoli.
Dan, we're not saying...
It's still a good result, don't get me wrong.
You couldn't say Arsenal don't have some good players. But the problem is, the difference between good players and great players is that out of stepping on the field 10 times, your good player does it 5 times out of 10. That's why they can go and beat a team like Napoli and look as if they're great. And it's down to the mental side of the game, no question. You know, we can't argue Arsenal don't have ability, but they don't have mental strength anywhere on the field.
It comes down to funding as well before we go to Jules. And the fact is that Ivan Gazidis is no longer at the club, stood in front of the shareholders 3 or 4 years ago and, I quote, said, we will be competing with the biggest clubs in world football in the transfer front in 18 months' time.
How funny does that look now?
That's come and gone. So the fans can look at the ownership and Stan Kroenke as well and say, OK, the Wenger era had some superb success and then it kind of teetered out a little bit towards the end, or you know, for a good few years, certainly in terms of the Premier League title. What are you going to do for your new manager? How are you going to rebuild this club and plug the gap? Are you going to put the money in? Because if they don't, they ain't catching Liverpool and Man City.
Jules, very, very quickly, is that it now for Arsenal and your top 4 hopes?
Well, yeah, it looks very, very complicated now. It was an embarrassing performance today. 1 shot on target in the whole 90 minutes. Again, it's just not good enough. And there's a pattern as well with Unai Emery and away forms. Wherever he's been at Sevilla, there was that whole season where they didn't win a single league game away from home. Even in Paris at PSG, they struggled at times away from home. And again, this season at Arsenal, he will have to sort this out for next season for sure.